So we've made it to Astana. It seems quite nice. It seems quite similar to Almaty, to be honest. No mountains as what I've seen yet, but we got in quite a bit late. But yeah, it is very cold. The difference is incredible, and I don't have enough clothes for this. I expected it to be in the high 20s, not in the low teens. So yeah, might have to go and get a thicker jumper. Thankfully, these knockoff trousers have done an absolute job. So yeah, the sound seems to look good. I'm going to start exploring it tomorrow. Had a bit of a ball ache with the check-in, but it's all sorted now. So just going to find and get some supplies, and then we're good to go. So it's quite cold here in Astana, so I need a coat. I'm in a shopping mall. I thought it would be a bit shit, but it looks quite nice, so I might not be able to find one here. Just need a little cheap one, you know, just something to keep me warm. Knockoff, something like that. I'm into all that gear now. So yeah, I need to find a coat. It's so cold. Welcome to the Baiterek monument. It is the big symbol of Astana. It's a big tourist attraction and it's a landmark here in Astana. It symbolises the independence of the country and the moving of the capital, which was in 1997 here to Astana. I believe you can go up and stuff. There seems to be like stairs and a lift. Very, very impressive. Ball at the top. Looks like it's made with like some white marble or definitely some beautiful nice stone. And the further up it gets, it looks like it just turns into metal around there. There we are. Another monument discovered. The pollution in Kazakhstan and Kazakhstan is pretty bad. Obviously the cars are not all maintained or regulated, even though they say you should. You can just see, I'm just looking up now, it's just like a smog. And honestly, my throat and chest was absolutely killing. But yeah, it ain't great. I don't think I'll be able to show you. See it. What was ever wrong with Stickman? I don't know which way I'm going. Is it left or is it right? Fuck's sake. Looks like I'm going right. Upside down triangles. Mental. So we've come to the presidential palace. Just there, pretty impressive. It is the workplace of the president. It's called Arkada Palace, and it's where the president works, only where he works. Doesn't live there, it's not his residence. As you can see just there, so they've got the blue dome, and on top is the like a golden spike. There's a sun that sits on top of a steppe eagle. It's got 32 rays of sunlight. I guess, but yeah, the steppe eagle's a little bit of a national bird, but they're found all over the continent and somewhere in Africa as well. But yeah, it's quite an impressive palace, to be fair. It took 3 years to build, and the construction company of the president of Kosovo helped build it. That's what I read anyway. That's the research that I came across, but it's really, really quite nice. So you can see there's lots of nice flowers. and I think probably the fountains as well all are used at one point. It's quite a heavy military presence as well of there. And I'll see if I can get, I think you can just about see a little eagle, and I don't think you can see the ray of sunlights. But yeah, there seems to be a bit of heavy traffic coming forwards and back. The sun's behind me and it's ruining the video. And then just over to the shoulder there is is like a theatre as well. But yeah, huge grounds. Just behind the presidential palace as well, there's the river that runs through the city of Astana. So yeah, it's really quite a big place. I don't know if they do any kind of ceremonies because it's such a huge space. But yeah, that's the presidential palace, and it's actually quite nice. I like the fact that they've got the blue dome on top. It's quite an impressive building. You see a lot of other kind of government buildings, whether it's the president, prime minister, not always that impressive, but that very impressive. Now I'm walking up. I don't know where I can go from here. I don't know if I have to turn back, but there's a lovely view of the the last national landmark of Astana, which should be just down to my left, which I don't know if we're going to be able to see. The Baiterek that we saw yesterday. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, so as you can see, there's the Baiterek. It's quite nice. 2 gold things, and then the presidential palace. So nice views either side. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference between Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. Just it looks a little bit newer. The trees, everything's lush and green. You can tell there's just a bit more money to it. Like, look at the architecture and the designs, to the buildings. So there's definitely more money being brought into the country, and obviously it's a lot bigger country as well. So yeah, that's the one big difference here. Is you can tell it's richer. The shopping malls as well. There's more brands here in Kazakhstan. I think it's always a good reflection when you know, is there a McDonald's, is there a Starbucks? If them two are there, you kind of know the status of the country. It doesn't have them here, but that's okay, because Kyrgyzstan has lots of other qualities. And to be fair, I kind of preferred not having a Starbucks and a McDonald's. There you are. So yeah, that's the palace, presidential palace of Kazakhstan in Astana. It's the capital came in 1997, transferred from Almaty. Even though during that time, from the, I think it was around where the First World War was, that Almaty was obviously taken over by the Soviet. Kazakhstan was taken over by the Soviet Union, and therefore it was never a capital. Moscow was the capital of the Soviet Union. But to the people of Kazakhstan, and it was always Almaty was the capital, and they changed it. They made this Astana quite a big city. But even though it is a capital, it doesn't feel quite like a capital. It does still feel like a younger sibling. It's not quite made it yet. Almaty seemed to feel like a capital city, which obviously Astana has only been the capital for still under 30 years. So, but it's different. It's different, but yeah, definitely Almaty felt more of the capital. But Astana is still very, very nice. Got this really weird building here. I don't know what that building is. Gonna have to research that and get back to you. Speak English? No. A little bit? What building's that?
Supreme Court.
Ah, okay. Next to the palace. So I asked one of the army guys. Supreme Court. A little bit too close to the palace, the presidential palace for my liking, but there we are. Sure, there's no interference. But yeah, Supreme Court, just there. These army guys, they're in like this blue camo. I don't know who they camouflage themselves from. But yeah, it looks pretty tough. I'm into it. So obviously, as you can see just there, it's they got some nice big guns as well. So just probably just keeping an eye out on them. Everyone, make sure everyone's safe. You won't be able to see it, but there is like this suit knocking around. Honestly, it keeps getting me in the face. It's just blowing in my face. It's crazy. I don't know why. It was like the bushes or whatever. So we're going to see. We've seen the palace and we've seen the Supreme Court, and now we're going to see the mosque. It's a bit of a distance, so we're going to have to catch a taxi. That's okay. We'll see what that's like. It seems a beautiful building from the pictures. Right, next to the Hazat mosque is the Palace of Reconciliation, Peace and Reconciliation. Just there, the pyramid. And just talking earlier about how Astana is growing into being the capital city, and they're expanding and making things more accessible. Lots of buildings such as this, all under construction. So they are making it into a much bigger city with much better facilities. So yeah, I think it is going to become a place where more people will eventually want to visit. And obviously from links from Dubai and Abu Dhabi in particular, they even travelling over here for cheap, a few days on something like a budget airline, you get to see what a old Soviet Union country is like.